so many rules in 40K, hundreds of events, and constant updates. Skip the learning curve of Warhammer and join the pros. Art of War is led by multiple world champions with decades of success. We teach clinics, stream games, and inspire you to succeed at your favorite hobby. Join our global community of gamers just like you.
Hello everyone, we are Art of War.
And we believe in creating a community where people can talk about, learn, and improve their skills at Warhammer 40K.
Our channel has live stream competitive matches of 40K, played by the best players in the world.
And we focus on teaching you how to get better at Warhammer, while also emphasizing sportsmanship and engagement with our audience.
We strive to play every faction in the game to a top level, while also using a variety of lists to show off different playstyles for every faction.
We also offer a variety of other videos such as codex reviews, faction rankings, tactics videos.
When you join our channel, you become part of our community, where we emphasize learning and positive conversation about competitive 40K.
You get early access to our videos, sub badges, emotes, as well as rewatch those hangout and hobby sessions.
Joining our community is a great way for you to show your support for us, so we can keep making awesome videos for you and continuously expand the bounds of competitive 40K.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Hangout and Hobby. I'm John Lennon. This is Richard Siegler. You ready for this?
I am ready for
I
this.
have never been so hyped for you to build a model, Richard. Not even once. At no point in my Art of War career have I been this excited for what Richard is building today. Oh, look at it. Oh, you know what? I like that there's a little hole in the eye.
Look at that.
That's, isn't it beautiful,
That's
Richard?
perfect.
It's perfect in every way.
Perfection.
Oh, how many points is that thing?
Too many?
No, that's not true. It's perfect.
Too many? I believe it is 385.
That is 385 points of perfection. You know what? I would pay 300 for that. No problem.
No fly.
I don't need fly.
No invuln.
I don't need an invuln. It's T8.
It's T8. 30 wounds, 2 up armor.
Heck yeah.
But man, does it move 8 inches with no fly? And it is giant. As you can see from... Look at this box.
That is the
This is the
chunkiest
depth of
box.
this box.
The absolute size. What an
Knights
absolute
have
unit.
nothing like...
No, they certainly don't. A
Don't
knight
have
box is
anything
smaller
less.
than that.
Yeah.
No joke. Oh, I'm so excited, Richard. You know I love the monolith, right? You know my heart.
I know.
I love that monolith.
All right.
Woo, buddy.
Well, we're going to say it. We're building up, John. We're going to play this in the Apocalypse game, and the monolith is going to be a hero.
Yeah, I've been badgering Mr. Richard for many moons about getting this monolith built because it's iconic, and honestly, the new the new model looks dope. So it's about time.
Look at these sprues.
Fantastic. So Richard, you're gonna be just building a monolith today?
Yeah, look at the heft of these sprues.
All right. I've got a lot of little projects today. I have 14 pyramid models that are exactly one wash on the base away from being done, and then I have to build I just have to magnetize a couple of arms for the warriors. So I'm changing. Ooh,
That's a
look at that! Look at that! This thing is like the size of my face. Can we? This is great. Like, come on! Look at that!
And you know it probably hangs off this thing.
You're not even close. Thing hangs all the way off. There's no doubt in my mind.
I have
it's
no
not
idea
fitting on that
which
face.
sprue this.
Don't worry, you'll be alternating between them.
It's gonna be a nightmare.
Next GT, Richard runs 3 monoliths. Absolutely, Corey. That's what we should do.
Triple monolith.
100%. I would.
Next Apocalypse GT.
Well, then they actually get their If you do triple monolith, then they get their traits, right?
Then they get the traits, which man, I can't wait for these OBSEC monoliths to be flying around.
Scouting around.
You get past terrain.
Yeah, absolutely. This is important. This is very crucial.
All right.
It covers an objective perfectly. Oh, does it actually? Let me see that base.
It might be 7 inches long.
Grab the. There's an objective marker to your right.
Here we go.
There's no way. There's no way. All right. So there's less than an inch though.
It covers the old style.
It does.
It covers the old style.
All right. Here's.
When you measured from the center of the objective marker.
Pad.
If you measured from the center, it would actually cover the whole thing.
Dang. That's pretty sizable.
That's beef.
That is a healthy investment right there, and it's gone.
All right.
Yep, no more mouse pad. It's gone.
John just threw it.
I did. I lofted it. Unfortunately, I tried out for the American curling team and I failed horribly. And those are the talents required to toss a mouse pad. Yo, Matt. Oh, I mean, at least it's not an obelisk. You know what? If you're gonna go very specific with your boundaries, the monolith is the best Necron Super Heavy.
Man, Necrons have some bad super heavies.
That's the best
There's
one.
some really bad ones.
Yeah, I know it's the best super heavy. I'm not gonna say it's the best Lord of War, but it's the best super heavy. Would you agree to that? Think the monolith's the best? I think the monolith's the best.
It's probably between the monolith and the Tesseract Vault. Oh, the Tesseract Vault is like what, 500 points now? It's some amount of points.
Yeah. Oh, so close. I know.
Maybe you can make a case for the Gauss pylon.
I still want you to get the big spider. Canoptic.
The Seraptic.
Seraptic construct. Yep. What a guy.
But it's definitely not the best.
Diego's asking, what do you guys think of the new OBSEC Orc war bikes? Did we miss something?
Did they do a
check Warhammer community? Did it?
Didn't see.
Did they give Speedwog OBSEC?
We've been working all morning.
Yeah, we've been busy beavers. I
really don't want to hear about getting good stuff.
I choose not to believe that. Richard, you're gonna pull something up to make me cry, and I'm gonna pretend that you don't. Oh
no! Return to Warzone Octarius. Great.
What's happening here?
Prepare to look for the goodness.
Table of contents. Okay.
Got the blood axes.
Their rules.
Speed freaks. I can't wait to see what is in this. The Voidsman at Arms, John.
I actually really hope
the dog has to have broken rules.
I hope there's something useful. That's all.
I have them sitting somewhere in one of those boxes.
I would love to paint them. Okay, nothing broken so far.
They look really cool. Like fluff stuff. Tyranid swarm approaching. Okay, it must be in here. Significantly more concerned with strategy. Blah blah blah. We'll see.
Yeah, I had not checked Warhammer community this morning, so if we're talking OBSEC war bikes, that's going to be annoying.
Yeah, here it is. By replacing foot-slogging boys with objective securing war bikers. War bikers are pretty darn decent. Like Logan ran them very efficiently.
Yeah, like the 3. I wonder if that means that they're troops or if you just use them as like a. I guess if you just make them. Okay, your Speed Freaks Army of Renown.
There's some,
yeah.
Look how many things I have to cut to get this piece off.
That's 7. That's more than 7.
No, it's more than 7.
Way more than 7. Sorry, I just chose a number.
7 is not the number, John.
Dang it!
You are not a Herald of Nurgle. Only Nurgle madness.
Only Nurgle, the greatest Herald of Nurgle. Okay, so they didn't. Is there anything else like rules wise, or is it just like?
That's kind of like a little hint. Usually they post.
He got me nervous that it's gonna be like an all OBSEC speedwalk. I think if it's just bikes, I think that's fine. Yeah. Honestly, actually, bikes make sense. Like maybe it'll make bikes count as a troop slot. That'd be kind of cool. We haven't really had that night.
It looks like the fielding looted vehicles is only for a crusade.
Ah, good.
What do they say about the rogue traders?
Oh, tell me about these rogue traders. These armsmen.
With 2 data sheets and a cargo hold of exotic crusade rules. Maybe it's only crusade.
Oh, God.
That makes sense.
I mean, it should be only crusade.
You would hate to see the Voidsmen get rules before Necrons get any sort of supplement love.
Will naval bondsmen have more core units than Necrons? These are the questions.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty darn good for
OBSEC bikes.
It makes then it probably becomes a staple in the Speedwall list.
I would guess so because right now no one really takes orc troops because
now they don't have to really take.
Your choice are Gretchen and orc boys, and no one likes either of those.
Yeah.
Like I usually see one Gretchen squad, so okay.
So that means like the burners that Mark goes for, those probably become war bikers and cuts like a buggy somewhere. So
yeah,
I mean that's just good. More speedy OBSEC is just very good.
Speedy OBSEC is
also
never
they dump a
bad.
ton of shots into you.
Yeah.
2 turns of extra AP, John.
Why not, right? Let's get these war bikers up in here. Oy vey.
I'm still cutting the things on this.
Yep, you're getting your first. I've gotten all 6 Tyranid warrior arms off. Richard's like, let me work on this first arm still.
Let me work on the first step. The monolith.
Oh, okay. What a beautiful monolith, though. Sorry, I'm just doing
the next piece seriously on a different spree.
You're gosh darn right it is.
No.
The Silent King's Revenge.
It's like a tiny piece that I'm looking for. Why?
Sorry. I'm doing lash whips and bone swords on my warriors, and in the art of not proxying.
Got some questions from the members here. Snivar's asking, how is the White Scars versus Tyranid matchup now that Nids have an update?
I feel like Tyranids have a pretty strong advantage into Marines in general. I think White Scars are probably better suited than your average bear, but Hive Guard are still a really big problem for Vanguard veterans and their equivalents.
Ignoring cover.
Ignoring cover, AP2 is the perfect profile for hitting 2-up, 4-up units, and rerolling damage really helps the reliability of trying to get through 2-win Marines. So I would say that it was probably a tight matchup, tighter than it should have been given the ages of the codexes. I would say it favors Tyranids right now, if I were to pick a favorite. I also think Tyranids are in a really good spot. I think they're like, well, we talked about like that top 4. I think Tyranids are like number 5, but they're 5 by a good margin. But then they're like better than everyone, like most of the other, like the not, you know who I'm talking about, right? When I say the big 4, I'm not talking about Imperial Guard over here.
Necrons, Guard, Tau.
Yeah, Necrons, Guard, Tau, and
GSC.
The big 4.
Big 4.
That's who I'm talking about. Sure. All right, let's. I have a stack of magnets around here, probably.
This Raptic Construct is interesting, just too big. Isn't it like 650 points too? Maybe it was that in 8th edition. I honestly haven't. I looked at its stats.
I would like you to get it purely for my own amusement, though.
John, you in love with the new con model?
Oh my god, yes. I really hope that they're selling it. Okay, so like I know we're probably gonna have to wait a while, but like I really hope that they're selling it at the GW Austin event because they have a bunch of Forge World stuff with these things.
Is it up for pre-order?
No, it's not. So it would need to go up for pre-order really soon. However,
you know them.
I know it's not going to.
Con will come out like end of next year.
If con is for sale at the GW Austin tournament, I'm coming home with him. Not a doubt in my mind. Not even a sliver of a doubt.
Maybe they'll bring as many cons as they brought buggies.
Con's my favorite. I'm really looking forward to getting that model. I really want to take my time on that one. That's going to be not a commission piece because no one's going to pay me to do it, but I'm going to try to paint it to a commission quality where I'm going to look at that. I'm going to try to make that my best painted model ever. Cuz how much I love my boy Con. Like Richard, what would you do if they made like a new Farsight? Like you would go all out on that dude, right?
Hell yeah.
Like I know you wouldn't.
I would model Fate Weaver on the base, on the same base.
I will Warpfire our Fate Weaver to get you a new Fate Weaver just so
I would 100% do it. Farsight would be like on his back, shoving the sword into his
head. Is
head.
Farsight still a resin model?
Yeah, he's still an old school resin model.
So I could see that. I could see you guys.
He's on a 40 instead of the 60 or the 50.
50, yeah. I could 100% see Farsight getting a new model. So.
But imagine him, John, like coming down with his jetpack, shoving the Dawnblade into Fate Weaver.
I mean, that's where it belongs.
Yep. Mm-hmm. The podcast about Tyranid Synaptic Links was wrong. You can take as many as you want, but only use 3 command phase. Who did Tyranids?
That was me and Alex and the Art of War Down Under podcast. You know what? We don't have the Octarius rules in hand, unfortunately. I was 99.5% sure that it said you can only take 3. Maybe you can take more than 3 and you can only use 3, which would functionally mean that I'm taking 3. But actually, if I'm being honest with you, there are 2 in my list right now. Actually, didn't find the 3rd one. I just wanted to. Alright. Magnets for the magnet god. Just magnetizing lash whips and bone swords. Do you like lash whips or bone swords better, Richard? Like what's your favorite? If you were to pick.
The bone sword.
The bone sword? I'm more of a lash whip guy myself.
Yeah, I know you like the whips.
I like the whips. I wonder what the whips are going to do, like if the Tyranids get new. Well, actually, Genius Slayer Cult has lash whips.
Yeah.
So like we'll find out pretty soon then. Because I highly doubt that lash whips are going to do what they do now.
What do they do now?
If the model dies, you just kind of leave it there until it fights.
That's not terrible. Yeah, that's what Metamorphs have, right?
Yeah. There's actually an incredibly awkward interaction where, so when the unit is chosen to fight, you remove the lash whips. But if someone, like let's say like a show stealing succubus charges them and then gets out of combat and they never activate, they just like sit there forever. We can't do anything. It's like, what? So like I'm sure that you just pull them at the end of the fight phase and call it good because like what else would you do? Yeah. But like it's like I don't pull them until I fight with the unit. So
I haven't fought.
Yeah, like I haven't fought. It probably says randomly, like this phase or something.
Randomly in the rest of the game.
Yeah,
like, as soon as they fight, they're just gone.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like you just like charge around and I'm like, all right, fine, I'll swing. Now I'm dead.
Have we gotten John's thoughts on the new GSC Saboteur?
You know what? I don't think I've said it on a stream yet. I love her. First of all, what a beautiful model. Gene Circle characters are so cool looking. And I really like that after the first wave, they made a lot of them female. Added a little bit of diversity to the Gene Circle line. because Ginster cult is from the population, right? You know, they should be 50-50 because it's, you know, it's raised from the population. Ginster cult don't care. Do you think Tyranids care about gender? Not a chance. So I love the new model. I think she's got some really cool rules. She definitely feels like she should be a cheap support character, Kellermorph style. And if she's in that same, like, I think a Kellermorph is like 75 points. If she's more than 75 points, I'm probably gonna like just be like, maybe not. But like if she's kind of in that ballpark, I could see her working.
With how they've priced some of the cheaper support characters and the other
That's
codex
true.
like Sisters,
are you gonna tell me
Admech,
that she costs more than a succubus? Like, get out of here.
she should definitely not cost more. The succubus needs to cost more, but
Okay, I would accept that. If she costs more than a succubus, I'll cry.
think about the sister support characters.
Mr. Siegs,
Yeah,
technology.
Nick is broken.
Nick is broken. Gosh darn
He is
it.
broken.
He's a broken man. A broken shell man.
He shall no longer.
Oh, Nick, today's the day that you read your Two Towers essay on
Oh, it
stream.
is.
Yes,
How
it
could I
is.
forget?
How could you forget?
I don't know.
I tell you what.
How could it happen?
Richard, if you want to go help our poor broken colleague, I'll monologue a little bit, and I will tell them the very,
Backstory.
very important backstory of this. And
I'll do it.
okay,
Actually, you guys need to do it. I just want to be present for.
no, we need you present for this.
Yeah, I'll be present. Yeah.
That's very important.
Alright, so whenever you're ready, Siegs.
All right. I need to
Shoot
just.
this monologue, John.
All right,
Prep
folks.
yourself.
This
This
is
is-
old school.
This is old school. Those of you who have been with us for many moons, 11 months ago in the fine month of December, Nick and I made a wager. This is on the back of many famous wagers that Nick has lost, such as Nick thinking he could beat me at a game of 40k, Nick thinking he could beat me at a game of Star Realms. It's a whole tradition, actually. So Nick wanted revenge. I put Nick in the closet, not once but twice, and I was aiming for thrice.
You have to come fix this computer, Siegs.
I am. I need to. This needs to glue properly.
We timed the monologue.
This is
to
important.
happen when you're not.
You can
So-
hold this if you want, and I can get up.
Sure.
I'll hold the thing. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Just hold it.
I'm holding it.
Hold it.
So, in this this wonderful bet, Nick, who had previously lost a bet and slept in a Harry Potter closet, was looking for revenge. So we put something on the line, and we needed a new bet, but Nick didn't want to go back in the closet. He wasn't ready yet. So the bet was, we were both going to take Richard Siegler, who was a teacher at the time. We were going to take his final exam for his college-level history class. It was an intro to history. I want to say it was like focusing on the 1800s and 1900s, European history. So, Nick and I, we both took this test, and whoever got better score, blind, we did it, no studying whatsoever, would win. And on the line, Nick put that I would have to sleep in the closet, and he would not accept these terms back because he was scared. But what I instead made the bet was that Nick would have to watch all 3 of the Lord of the Rings trilogies, extended edition, and he would have to write a 1,000-word essay on all 3 of the movies. It was a fantastic thing. Needless to say, I am much better at history than Nick is. Class average on that exam was a clean 80%. I got a 78, 2 points below the 2 points below the class average. I'm a little bit of a history aficionado. Not too mad about that. Nick, however, did pass the exam with a clean 60. A clean 60% for Nikhil Nanavati. So, you know what? Nick has to watch all 3 movies. So, Nick just watched The Two Towers on our way to the...
Pull it up. I'm ready.
Oh, you're ready? Pull it up yourself. Take a seat.
I'm not reading it.
What? Yes, you... What?
No, I'm reading it.
Okay,
Jack's reading it. All right, we're going to pull this up. So, Nick has just finished his essay for The Two Towers. Those of you who were with us in December might remember the Fellowship of the Ring essay, which we, or if you're in the Art of War Discord, where we have posted the first,
so much worse
and we will
than you doing
soon
it, by the way.
post the second. And it was atrocious. It was a tragedy. Nick insisted that he did not have to write a passing or legible essay, just write an essay. So we technically let him go with a 1,000-word count. Richard, as a teacher who often grades essays of children, thought that it was the worst thing he'd ever read.
collegiate students.
It was still the worst thing he's
Still
ever
the
read.
worst thing he's ever read. That's not the
And
point.
college students is like a low bar
Yeah,
sometimes.
like,
This
he-
would have embarrassed a college student if they submitted the night before.
I did submit the I submitted it a
Yeah,
moment up.
but it would
Just
embarrass
read
those
the
students.
essay.
So we're going to read the Two Towers essay that Nick had to write. By the way, if you have not seen the Two Towers or read the book, and spoilers coming, I guess.
I don't think so.
I think
actually.
it's okay. You know what? Maybe not. Maybe Nick missed the plot points. All right, Nick.
All right.
Jack is going to read it to us.
Yeah, Nick decided he didn't want to read it, so he went for the infinitely worse option of having someone else make fun of him while they read it.
No, I want Richard's face in here so we can get the live reactions.
Richard, come on.
Siegs, you read it.
Can we get everyone in here? Like,
No, we can get everyone in.
I'm going to tuck my chair in here. We got to get the whole group.
I have the phone right now. I am in control.
Go ahead.
I have
Start this up.
All right.
All right. The Ents, the best trolling in movie history. If there's one thing that absolutely
Hold on. Do we want to give them my premise first or my?
I think
Just
if
read
you're
the
a good
essay.
writer, they will determine
Okay,
it
sure,
from
sure.
the text.
Sure, good. They will.
Okay. As I was saying, the Ents, the best trolling in movie history. If there's one thing that absolutely no one can dispute about The Lord of the Rings Two Towers is that it is long.
This is cutting analysis.
3 hours and 43 minutes long, to be exact. Through various parts of the movie, the viewer is likely to wonder what they're even watching or how it's still going on. It's also very common to not understand how certain things can even be happening, but it's best you don't question that. What makes this movie a real standout when compared to other needlessly long movies is that it's self-aware and self-fulfilling simultaneously, which is truly a remarkably well-executed troll. The Ents in the Two Towers have an adorable side plot in which they needlessly elongate the movie, add layers to the movie which make no sense, and call themselves out for it in the movie itself. He used the word movie 3 times in that sentence. Early on, the viewer is introduced to an Ent named Treebeard, who encounters the two C-tier hobbits. In the first moments of their first encounter, Treebeard saves the hobbits from an orc by stepping on it without any thought or hesitation. Then picks up the hobbits in an easily clenchable fist, determines, inaccurately, that they are also orcs, and then starts monologuing. If Treebeard has a crush orcs on sight attitude with the first orc, by the way, all of these orcs are spelled K's, not C's, why does he monologue to the pair of, quote, orcs he's holding in his fists? Hold that thought. Now, double space, we're bringing the maybe orc, maybe hobbits to the White Wizard. Did that paragraph make sense? It really didn't. That's the viewer's perspective of various parts of the movie, and the Ents embody it. The next hours of the movie, what a fun way to start a sentence, are filled with lots of unnecessary side plot development, which makes you wonder how you're 2 hours, 40 minutes in, and you could summarize the entire movie in less than a minute. These, of course, are filled with little clips of Treebeard moving through a forest for what seems to be days. These clips add a substantial amount of time to the movie, while literally doing nothing. Multiple scenes of watching a tree walk. That's a whole sentence, by the way. Multiple scenes of watching a tree walk. I have now spent an unreasonable amount of time watching Ents walk, period. I can't get that time back, period. I'm an angry customer, period. Good job, movie, period. At least the Ents were on point by sticking to the core theme of being absolutely pointless and wasting my time, period. But then the troll, period. The moment you realize that you really are wasting your time watching this movie, and the movie knows it too. Eventually, the Ents have a meeting to determine whether or not they should go to war. This is explicitly stated. Hours go by, day turns to night, and 3 hours, spelled O-U-R-S, into this movie, we finally get an answer. The answer is ... then capital letter again. The answer is that the hobbits are not orcs. Period. Yup. Period. So this is where it gets good. C-tier hobbit number 1 embodies the audience in this moment and shows visible frustration and anger about the Ent wasting his time. That's what I was doing IRL. Period. That's when it happens. That's when it was all over and I knew. The bad @ $$ Ent Treebeard drops this gem. Quote, we never say anything unless it is worth taking a long time to say. End quote. At this point, you're 3 hours in. The Ent in the movie just told the C-tier hobbit who represents you, the viewer, that this is going to take a long time because that's how long it takes. Only 40 minutes left in the extended version, and the cool part is about to happen. Sunk cost fallacy, here we come. And that's how the movie that was wasting your time trolled you by telling you that it was wasting your time, and then you still watched it, period, twice, period. Beautiful.
Wait, that's
just absolute. I mean, magic.
Nick,
I'm so proud of
get
that.
your face on camera.
I'm so proud of that. You can't make this face up. It's so
Take your phone back.
I think it was best said by Corey. I hope 40K works out for Nick for the long term. Yikes.
That was the best. Read the other comments. They're all good, right?
20 years from now, Nick is burned out from 40K and only has an OnlyFans page hiding. Oh, wow. Can't say that live. I thought that was...
The point flying high over Nick's head.
Yeah.
Much like an eagle, if you think about it.
I love Lord of the Rings, but this is definitely C+ material at the very least.
The C-tier hobbits.
Nick is a C tier.
I mean, Nick is a...
In this movie, I felt like one.
Wow, it's like Shakespeare, apparently.
It was.
Wow.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I've never felt so antagonized.
Don't worry, everybody. When Nick fails to paint this Harlequin army, we are going to get...
Return of the King is coming in.
Extended edition Return of the King.
So Nick, as a matter of fact, does not have to watch Return of the King and write an essay about it because we had a bet where we put the town art in his bedroom for so far 7 months. And it's going to be there for an indefinite amount of time, which is great. However, Nick does have until the end of the year to paint our Harlequin army fully. And if they are not done by that, then the Return of the King bet comes back in, and he gets to watch the extended edition.
And I believe he still has to paint the Harlequin army. Like, that doesn't go away. It's just a punishment.
That never goes away.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
The edition extended.
Edition
I'm not doing
extended.
the movie. The Harlequin army's getting painted. You'll see. You will see. It'll be on TV.
Nick's going to paint the whole Harlequin army by the end of the year. So far, he's like 3 models in.
It's like 7.
Oh,
Barely.
my bad.
I don't know, Mohas Gridlock. Do you feel like a winner? Because I don't.
Yeah, I don't feel good about that one.
Right. We're going to go do
Go
something
do
else.
things.
But,
Make Nick build an end. You know what? We should get Nick some of the Lord of the Rings models.
Get him the tree. Get him tree.
Get him the Treebeard model.
Sylvaneth.
No, the actual Treebeard from Lord of the Rings. I need an essay like this for every movie Nick's forced to watch. Well, we should have gotten him to write an essay about Starship Troopers.
That would have been great.
Nick actually really liked Starship Troopers.
He liked it.
He did. He and I
liked it
quote,
so much.
He liked it because Starship Troopers was a good, clean action movie that wasn't trying to send any other messages or be too complicated.
Yeah, it wasn't trying to make you think, John.
Starship Troopers was not trying to make you think. It was just an action movie. Quote Nick Nanavati.
All those news sequences, straight over that.
What? Just zoned out for those. I await losing yet more respect for Nick. Punk Fox, if you still got it, we've got somewhere you can put it. Right in the garbage can. Fantastic. All right, thank you everyone so much for sticking through that. Yeah, that was a whole experience.
The Fellowship one is also.
The Fellowship one is also
abysmal.
like abysmal.
All right, let's see. What do you think of Nids and Grey Knights?
I think it's a really good matchup. Actually, I don't think it favors one side.
I think
too
on
much.
GW terrain it very heavily favors the.
Oh yeah,
Tyranids.
that's true actually. GW 100% because the Hive Guard are like so hard to get to, and like I'm not
pretty
gonna let
much
that happen.
impossible.
Yeah, I got five turns of those bad boys. coming up.
You have to tailor for it, so you have to go for the Vanguard move, and
I didn't let that happen.
yeah, you have to force them to use the GSC blips, which any CP that they have to spend on that is amazing already.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's true. That is one less turn of double taps. Whew. And that hurt. It really,
you hate to see it.
it really did.
John, when are we gonna see a Toxicron for you?
A Toxicron? You know what? I actually would like to get one soon. I am hoping and praying that the Toxicron will be good by the time we get a new Tyranid Codex. And I don't think it's going to be good before then because, oh boy, does GW like combat monsters with weapon skill 4 that move 7 inches. By golly, do they like it. Yeah, no, those were not the words I was going to choose. However, the Toxicron is a wonderful boy, so I'm going to see if I can get one. Honestly, though, I need to email Salty John, like the Frontline Gaming like TO staff before I build the Toxicron. So I need to be like, hey, is it cool if I build the tentacles not in a giant bear hug that prevents me from moving between ruins? Because the Toxicron cannot move between the GW ruins. He's too thick. His tentacles spread out to be about 8 inches, and the GW ruins are like 7 inches apart. Like I, no joke, don't think he can walk between the ruins. So, yeah, we're gonna find a way on that Toxicron. I don't know what it is. What's up, Nick?
So, like, Jack's not in the room anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to read all this essay. That was good, right?
Richard,
Nobody was impressed at all.
not a single one.
I told them, if you want to check out the Fellowship essays in our Discord, under memes.
Yeah, under memes.
Everyone's a critic, you know, but I
That's
don't
true.
see their essays on Lord of the Rings after watching it twice.
Oh, that's true. I'm sure.
That's Nick watching it twice too, by the way.
Yeah, that is Nick watching it twice. You know what? We were actually thinking of having Jack take the essay or take the history test sometime soon if we can. So there's more opportunity here.
Jack's good at history.
Is he? Okay. I mean, I have no idea whether or not he is.
This is gonna be a blowout.
You're gonna blow him out?
No.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
But you know who will blow out? Siegs.
I imagine Sigma would pass that test. Did you write it?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to be on the same page. Offended? Yes. That Punk Fox, we're on the same page. We really, truly are. It is a painful experience to be part of that one.
If G-Dubs released a new Grey Knight kit, what battlefield role would I want it to fill? Ideally fast attack. Their fast attack is interceptors.
Is that literally the only one?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fair call.
They can't take land speeders or stuff like that.
Yeah, but you don't need a jump pack. Dude, I wonder what they would...
Just something that's mobile.
Anything mobile is A-okay with me. You know what? Grey Knights...
Grey Knights on jet bikes.
Jet bikes.
Yep.
I would be totally okay with that. Or a specific null speeder. I don't know. Give him something.
Highest monthly donator should pick a movie for Nick to review. That way he has to watch it. We could totally change.
100%.
Absolutely willing to make
100%. We are willing to do that. Nick is willing to watch movies.
I'm gonna write it into the YouTube.
Yeah, that's happening now. Thank you, whoever suggested that. You are the true hero.
What are your current thoughts on Black Templars?
I think they're quite good. They're very durable, and I think they need to build into that as their strength. I think that they are going to play a little bit Death Guardy-like in their play style, which I don't think is the most interesting way to play, but I think is still quite competitive. I know Jack soured on them a little bit because he found the best play style for them to be boring, even though he is 3-0 with it. So I feel like he's going to get over that as soon as he wants to start winning tournaments. Because I think that Black Templars are very competitive, and I would say that they're probably still the strongest or one of the strongest Space Marine chapters.
Yeah, I mean, their stuff it's very hard to get through.
It really is. We saw me just line up the shooting phase from hell with that Cadian army, and I was like, all right, we killed one unit mostly, but not all the way. It killed a Contemptor and 9 Marines, and I'm like, oh,
There's just so much OBSEC too.
It was so much. Oh, look at this beautiful monolith, Richard. God, I'm so happy. New box for Gene Stealer Cult and Custodes. I am extremely excited. Richard's very excited for a new Custodes book. Jack has decided that he is both and neither a Gene Stealer Cult and Custodes player. And I quote, I don't know, whichever one's broken, I'm going to play that. So, we're really excited there. I know for a fact I'm getting on that Gene Stealer Cult train. I don't care if they're good or not. Gene Stealer Cult is... If I were to pick a single favorite, Gene Stealer Cult may be my favorite army in 40k. Tyranids were my first, but boy golly, do I love me some Gene Stealer Cult.
I can't wait for Custodes.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Custodes.
I like what they have now, but would love for them to just get those extra layers of rules.
Absolutely. A Custodes specific secondary might really cover up their weaknesses. There's a ton of options here. If Custodes get any kind of action secondary that doesn't require a Scion Patrol, that would be great.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing, right?
Even a killing one that's based around killing different types of units.
Yeah, so many options here.
Worthwhile.
Let's earn these custodians some names, right?
Yeah, Victor of the Blood Games. It should be a secondary. You get to do various achievements. You get points for.
Now, would it be if you have to get 3 points for each kill of X type, but each kill has to come from a different unit. So all your custodians are competing to gain knowledge and stuff.
Yeah.
There's so many dimensions they could do to that. See, that's a great idea. GW should let me write rules. GW, take notes, please. Notice me, senpai.
Too busy creating buggy lists.
Too busy creating buggies. Dang it. I mean, they're printing money with those things, though. Whatever's in stock is gone.
Oh, yeah. They were we have all these from 8th edition.
No, we don't.
Not anymore. We're getting the entire stock out of here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Trigon Prime?
Oh, buddy, do I love the Trigon Prime. We already have a Trigon Prime. So,
yeah.
I think we
Do you have one?
I have one. So
yeah,
we have
I
two.
have one.
Okay, so we got 2. The real question is, what did Nick do with the Turbogon?
I don't know, because I had one.
You definitely did, and I know
did you use it in one game, or you thought about using it?
I thought about using it.
That was after Eric Lutheris had done well with one.
It's pretty terrible. I don't know what to tell you. It's so bad. I mean, I could definitely put one in a list and it would do things, but ooh.
But the Trigon Prime.
Look, I'm in favor of the Trigon Prime. I think it's cool.
It's Trigon.
It's a Trigon.
What's the what's the best HQ Tyranids have?
Stormlord? What? It's 100% the Stormlord.
Okay.
Like, the Stormlord is just an auto take, and he's been an auto take for a very long time. Fortunately, I love him, and he's a baddie. But it would be really cool if we had like choices.
Old One Eye.
Why would you say that name? Old One Eye used to be such a force, and he is just not. Like, just... Fun fact, Old One Eye is weapon skill 2 and +2 to hit on the charge.
Plus 2 to hit.
He's +2 to hit on the charge.
Oh, he needs that just
He
in case
does.
you're-
Well, he has exploding 6+. So he used to have exploding 4+, and now it's like I have exploding 5+ even if you're -1. I'm like, okay, that's cool, I guess, thanks.
They never rewrote that.
Absolutely not. It's like how the Sanctus is +2 to wound, and that used to be a lot better than it is right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh. I really liked wounding librarians on 3s. Or on 2s. I don't like wounding them on 3s as much. It's like you gotta hit and you gotta wound, and it's all a little funky. Oh, talk about good. You know what's gonna be great? Sanctus with a sniper rifle. I don't know what he does, but I know that my Sanctus with a sniper rifle is so much better than Nick's Sanctus with a sniper rifle, and I have full faith that that guy is gonna be a boss. Right? There's no way he's not if you think about it.
Do you guys think Custodes should be a serious contender meta army?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the extent that I think everyone should be. I actually think Custodes are at a really good, healthy power level right now. I don't think they need to get stronger.
Yeah.
I would love for Custodes to get cool, fluffy new options that keep their power level roughly the same as right now.
Yeah.
And for I don't know, a couple of armies to get a little bit of a nerf.
I would love if Custodes just had a little extra dimension to what some of their different units do, because Wardens really needs a couple extra rolls.
That's right.
Really
That's
stand
a
out.
unit that exists.
It does exist.
I was totally aware that Wardens were a data sheet. Haha. Yep.
Basic
I
shield
know.
captains. They
Yeah. No kidding. Right.
so bikes need a little extra too, honestly.
Is there a place to see the Black Templar list Jack's been using? He's used it on this YouTube channel several times. I think his most recent list would be the one he used against Mycadians.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep. So look up Black Templars versus Imperial Guard. It's on our channel if you just want to click Art of War.
If you go to the homepage, there's a battle reports playlist.
Oh yeah, and it'll be very recent in there as well.
So it should be like the, like 4th or 5th video.
Yep. Right there. I'll let you. The wires are making it difficult. Richard dropping the clippers. All right. Well, I'm done. I'm done painting for today. And I put the wash on, but there's still plenty to build. Don't you worry. It's Gene's Third Cult time.
Who is Art of War's main golden boy?
The Golden Boy? I feel like Richard's the Golden Boy.
Yeah,
Who are we getting here?
the golden child.
I mean,
Star Child.
Sure, it's not Nick.
It's definitely not.
Definitely not Nick.
He does not respect the golden boys. He's just gonna kill this Telemon, John. Just gonna kill him.
It's just casually.
Just gonna kill the Telemon turn 1, no problem. And 6 wounds.
Yep, that's what I like
6
to
damage.
see. Yep, there we go. Telemons just be like that.
Will you guys do a new tier list, or is there no intention of doing so because the Draconic Admech meta?
There's a tier list on Friday. You can see it on the schedule.
Look at that schedule, 1 p.m. Friday. Faction tier list. John and I
Tier
are
list.
back at it. Should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Because the meta has changed a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you can probably guess my number 1, but I think beyond that, it actually
Tyranids.
gets very. Yep, you're. You know what? When you're right, you're right. Tyranids number 1. OP can't be stopped. I'm gonna build some wolf quads.
You got any ideas for what a good GSC secondary might look like?
Ooh, I have a lot of ideas. I don't know what they will look like, but what they may look like, 100%. I think Gene Circle should they should get one that's action and objective. I think they should be able to rig it to blow up, to be clear. Like demolish things. I think that like Gene Circle should get a secondary where they I bet they're gonna get one like use the tools of the oppressors against them. You know how like Sororita's got that like use melt to flamer
Yeah,
bolt? Like kill people with mining weapons.
that would be sweet.
That would be awesome.
Blasting charges.
Look, dude,
Demolition
I will
charges.
not blasting charges. Please not blasting
Blasting
charges.
charges, John.
No. Do you know what a blasting charge is? Do you know
Well,
what stats?
I'm transforming it to be broken.
Oh, heck yeah. Do you know what its stats are right now? It's a frag grenade.
Yeah, I know.
It's a frag grenade.
You've used it against me.
I always do. Blasting charge.
You're like, this will kill a shield drone. And the shield drone's like,
Okay, no, I
you
throw that and also like a bunch of other stuff, and like maybe this will kill a
like
single
60
drone.
hand flamer shots. It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't. There's only 40 auto hits. 40 d6 auto
Didn't you
hits.
double shoot them?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's 20 in a squad. Yeah. I once put 40 d6 auto hits with my hand flamers into a single drone squad and did
That's
not
two
kill
drones,
them.
by the way.
No, it was the grav drone.
Oh, it was the grav
It
drone.
was the 5-man.
It was the 5-man.
And I killed 3 models.
Not the grav drone.
Not the grav drone.
Not the critical. That's why you run the bigger unit, because he's
Yeah.
protected.
Get out of here.
John, I had 2 shield drones in that unit.
Get out of here.
That's enough alone. You know that's enough to
It
take.
was so many saves.
Yeah, he's like, here's like your 30 saves. I'm like, all right, so failed like 15 of those.
You did not. You did not fail 15.
Well, and then I made all the feeling pains.
You made a lot of feel no pains, but you also made a lot more than half of those armor saves. Get that blasphemy out of here. All right, folks, I have never built a wolf quad in my life, and theoretically I could have 9 in an army. So
I've played against wolf quads.
God bless
John, we were at ATC. I'm on John's team. He was like, you know, there's a poor GSC player who doesn't realize how good Tao is into GSC.
Yeah, that was before everyone knew.
Yeah, that was before everybody knew. So you were like, oh, they are okay going into our Tao player?
We're okay going into your
Let's do
circle
it.
player.
And then John got to watch me just dismantle the maximum amount of bikes.
yeah, we were
Just
like,
a single Riptide picked up almost an entire squad.
that was brutal. Yeah, I did not like that. All right, let's wolf quad time. Oh, I really hope the jackals are good.
They're really cool.
They're very cool, but I
How
never
many did I
used
have?
them.
I had
You actually only had 1 box.
only 1 box? Okay.
Only 1 box.
I thought I had more. Maybe I traded some before.
Yeah. Wolf quad. Wolf quad. Wolf.
Hope you're doing well. What did you make of Manny Chima's orc list for the Coventry Major this weekend? 6 planes, 6 to 8 buggies,
What
3
do you
net
want us to
guns,
make of that?
characters.
You know what that is. I agree.
But what do you make of it?
Like, what kind of answer are you expecting here? He is going to kill a lot of people in his shooting phase. Like,
So many people.
so many people. I don't want to play against that.
Manny's just gonna table people.
That's Manny is going to table
He's
a
gonna
number
table.
of people that is not 0. Honestly, you know what? He's probably not even going to table his round 1 opponents. Round 1 opponent's going to be like, yeah, I'm actually going to go back to my hotel and get a nap. Like, 100 to 0, I'm not rolling this.
How do you feel about the new Death Watch? The Army of Renown?
I feel like it forces Deathwatch into a very different playstyle than what they're on right now. I'm actually not a huge fan of it. I think it is really cool, but I'm a little worried for you, old Deathwatch, that not having any vehicles or non-kill team units is just too many eggs, too few baskets. I think you can do some really cool things with that playstyle, but I feel like it's too limited to be a top tier army. But I think it is I actually do like that they made a very viable, different playstyle for Deathwatch. I think right now I just like my Dreadnoughts better because I like big stompy robots, but it's probably right around the same level. I just don't think it's an upgrade at all. So not bad, don't hate it, but I don't expect trying it myself anytime soon.
What are our thoughts on GW's slow updates? We loved 8th edition with the balance FAQ updates.
Oh, that was my
every
favorite.
spring, every fall.
And like we knew when it
Plus
was
chapter
coming.
approved.
Yeah,
It's just good.
big fans of what they were doing before.
Much prefer that.
Definitely would say I prefer that. Yep, that's a good way to put it.
Imagine playing a plastic Custodes army. One can dream.
Imagine being able to play your Custodes army in Spain. Nope.
I'm playing Alpha Legion on a
heck yeah.
GT. Think I can go 2 and 3? 100%.
4 and 1. You know what?
You're gonna have
Sneak
a
your
winning
way
record.
in there.
Winning record.
Winning record 100%. You got this. Who's this?
Jonas,
Jonas? Jonas, you got this.
you got it. It's easy. It's Alpha Legion, right? Just pretend you're Alpharius, but who's
Alpha
really
Legion
Alpharius?
have really cool rules.
They're one of the better Chaos Legions.
Yeah,
for sure.
They feel very thematic, and I was very happy when I read them the first time.
They have the untargetable strat,
Yeah,
right?
they have an untargetable strat. They have the auto. They have the blow up your opponent's vehicles. Like they're really
Minuses to hit.
distinctly cool things with Alpha Legion.
Yeah. And people aren't going to be practiced at all into Alpha Legion.
No,
so-
yeah, everyone forgot what they did.
Yeah.
I forgot what they did. I would be like, all right, hand me this supplement. I'm like, give me 2 minutes here. I need you to reread everything because I don't want to get caught by this.
Yeah, having your opponent's vehicles explode is pretty darn.
Yeah, because it's 1 CP plus 3 to the explosion roll.
Yeah.
So if someone explodes on a 6-up, it's a 3-up.
If it's the Silent King, he explodes on a 4-up.
Just auto. They just 1 CP auto blow him up.
Auto blow up.
Yeah, because a 1 always failing is for hits, wounds, and saves. It's not for explosions. So like a 1 becoming a 4 is like, yeah, man, you just blew up. Could you imagine if it's like, yeah, we rigged the Silent King to blow? What, you guys weren't paying attention to that? Like, yeah, there's just a little bomb on the Silent King's chair, and he's just like sitting down like it's a whoopee cushion, and just like boom, boom, boom. Would you be mad if that's how the Silent King died?
Silent King can't die, John.
Okay, that's a very interesting argument that has been disproven several times. But yeah, not bad.
He kills so many Marines. He has the highest kill count for Marines.
He has killed a lot of Marines. That's true. I mean, I don't think his kill count is quite as high as Anzuk, but as far as named characters go, he's pretty good. No one has killed as many things as Anzuk. No one. Oh, maybe, I mean, he's killed the most of Nick's characters. That's
Nick's
just a
characters,
certainty.
yeah.
But like, Anzuk is just a named character killer for no reason whatsoever.
There's so many little pieces on just this.
Yeah.
This little scarab.
Yep,
thing
I really do believe you. Sorry, I am building a wolf quad, good sir. I am at peace. Wolf quad, wolf quad, wolf.
What gun? They take the mining laser?
They can take several guns, so I'm actually probably gonna leave the gun off if I'm being real with you, and we're gonna decide that one in a little bit, maybe next month. But I'm gonna have it ready so that and I'll have all the bikers done, so that when the time comes, we can just load up. They can take a clearance incinerator, which is actually pretty good. It's like a heavy flamer. That's it. Or they can take a mining laser, which, you know what? There's a lot of appeal to the mining laser. Or they can take a heavy stubber.
Just a heavy stubber?
Yep, it's not gonna be that one.
Keep it cheap.
It's not gonna be that one. Tell you what, am I just gonna be real with myself and just put the mining laser on it? Oh, but like the clearance incinerator could be good. Like, what if it's cheap, right? Like if it's like a cheap heavy flamer, like I like.
It's not cheap now.
Richard, what?
Is it not cheap?
No, it's not cheap.
How many points?
How many points do you think a freaking wolf quad is? You know what? Honest to God, I've never used a wolf quad in my life. I don't think I've looked at them in.
I have
2
no
years.
idea.
Are you gonna make bets on this? So like a wolf quad is like a T4. I think it's actually like 4 wounds. Like I want to say that a wolf. We're finding out together, Richard. What are you talking about? All right, I think a clearance. I think it's 4 wounds.
How have I only competed in 4 events this year?
'Cause that's how many you've been to.
That's the ones I've been
I mean,
to.
you're what, like 3-1 in them? Like you've won 3 of them
I have a 3-1 record at,
at events.
at events.
Yeah, I mean, I have a much better percentage than that. But whatever. Where is this? All right, we're gonna find out how many points.
My wish list for Tau is that they get movement phase buffs.
I do not want
Just
that.
shenanigans in the movement phase, shenanigans in the
do
charge
not.
phase. Tau get Tanglefoot.
Jackals are only 12 points each. That's actually not even the worst. Okay, so an Adelan Wolf Quad is 25 points with a heavy stubber. And the Adelan Incinerator costs more than the mining laser. 35 points. God.
Why is it 10 points?
Why is it
they price flamers
10?
so expensively, and it's like, this is a short range.
Why is it 10? What does an Adelan Incinerator do? If it's just a heavy flamer with a different name, I'm gonna cry. Oh my god, I have legitimately never played with the Adelans.
I've played against them, and I don't know what they do because they didn't do anything.
Not a single gosh darn thing, but they're so cool looking. So like I'm about it. I just, oh my god, what do these do? What do they do? Adelan Jackals. All right, the Adelan Wolf Quad is in fact 4 wounds with a toughness of 4, but still the vaunted 5-up armor safe. The Adelan Incinerator is a heavy flamer. That's it.
10-point heavy flamer.
Heavy flamer. How is it less than the las cannon? I'm sorry. How is it more than the las cannon?
It's more.
Crap. All right. You know what? They're gonna make it free. They're gonna make the Wolf Quad 20 points, and the Clearance Incinerator is gonna be damaged too. I don't actually know this, by the way. To be clear, I do not know that. However, I'm rooting for it real hard.
It's still going to be the most expensive.
No.
The mining laser will get the flat 3 plus D3.
Don't put that voodoo on me. Don't you do that, okay? Don't you do that to me.
They really price flamers extraordinarily heavy.
Quad. Oh, this thing's so cool.
There's something about flamers that
There
the
is
design team is
I mean,
just
like Sisters and Battle Flamers are pretty good. Like I'm not mad about Sisters Flamers. Like they
But
gave them
they're
the
not-
love they needed.
They have a lot of strat support that helps make them good.
Specifically why. Yep.
But like most flamers, they're just overcosted.
Yeah. Like for guardsmen, like a flamer's the same cost as like a melted gun. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Running my free boot is this weekend at GT. Only 2 planes, 11 buggies, 6 mech guns. 2 planes, Corey. You're better than that. 4 planes minimum.
Get out of here. 0 planes maximum. You know what? Tyranids and Gene Circle don't have aircraft, so you can't judge me.
Can't they ally it in?
I guess I could take Brood Brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely done that before.
Yeah, that's why. They don't have fires. John, excuse me.
Back in my day.
Excuse me, sir.
No need to talk about that.
Can we get... Let's see. We got a $2 super chat from Clown Mode. Richard, do you like Grey Knights enough to switch? I do like Grey Knights. I've played games with them. It's unfortunate their playstyle is so mono-dimensional once again. It was all about the Paladin or Terminator brick before, just shooting out of line of sight. Now it's about a bunch of Dread Knights shooting you to death. So it's not the most interesting playstyle, honestly. I still like the tools that they have, and they're a consistent army. But it doesn't have the same depth as some of the other armies.
I would agree to that, unfortunately.
That's the main thing that's making me not play like tons of games with them. Is those games are going to play out pretty similarly, unfortunately. But they have great secondaries. They can play the primary. Like it's a strong army for sure.
Yeah.
Matt O with $5 super chat. The heavy flamer immolator is 130 points, John.
Yep, Matto, you are right, and it's the only one that can auto explode, so it is my favorite. However, if you really want, you can pay 150 to get a multi-melta.
Wow.
Yeah, instead of those flamers, just get that multi-melta, right? What could go wrong? No rerolls necessary.
Multi-melta?
It's a twin multi-melta, but it's still 150 points for a rhino with a multi-melta. It's like, man, how did you that's the thing I don't get is how are they like, so if you think about it, an immolator is a rhino, right? But it lost some transport capacity. So like I would think that its baseline would be cheaper than a rhino. Like assuming that a rhino is correctly priced at 80 points, which it is not.
It's not.
Which is not at all. But if we're going for internal consistency, you're gonna tell me that an immolator, that a twin heavy flamer adds 50 points to the rhino, ignoring the fact that it now carries less dudes. Because I would think that a six girl transport capacity rhino, if the normal rhino is 80, I would say a 6 girl one is 65. And now you add 2 heavy flamers. That, you know what, heavy flamers should be 10 points, but it's a vehicle. It doesn't have core, so the less rerolls is, I don't know, maybe 30 points. Maybe you pay 95 points for that immolator, right? Would you pay 15 points to trade?
I think 95 is totally reasonable.
I think 95 is reasonable. That's what I would like. I think I would pay 15 points to drop 4 spots off my rhino and add 2 heavy flamers. But I don't know if I would spend more than that. I don't know if I wouldn't spend 25 on that. I wouldn't pay 105 for an immolator. I would do 100. 95 I think is better, but I would do 100. So that is a lot of those darn crying.
A lot
shame.
of those vehicles without -1 damage or extra defense are just they're just
look at that and
overcosted.
like, what is?
And then you get the Paragon suits, which have -1 damage, but are also overcosted anyway.
It's 4 wounds.
This is not the number.
4 wounds is not the number.
5. We're starting to talk.
I could 5 or 6 like. Yeah. It's like, oh my god, like watching like Dark Lances just like scoop them, and I'm like, huh, okay.
We did briefly talk about Octarius. We obviously don't know a ton, but the
yeah.
articles seem to suggest that orcs will get good stuff, which
Obsec Warbikes.
I don't want that.
Obsec Warbikes. That's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, I think really the question is gonna be like, what limits are there? Because you know what, if the Speedwalk rules gives you Obsec Warbikes, but it only like lets you take Speed Freaks unit, which cough, planes are not Speed Freaks. Don't ask me why. I would actually be okay with that. I would be 100% okay with them getting Obsec on their Warbikes in exchange for no planes. However, I have a scary feeling that there's gonna be more.
Are there more new orc rules than what was previewed? Because I didn't see anything else.
Scroll
People
down.
keep asking.
Is there anything else?
No.
No, yeah, that's it. Okay.
What new orc rules are we talking about? All I see is that just
maybe were there 2 articles today?
Yeah, I'll go look.
Scroll down.
Return to Arctarius.
The critical
I
mass
think
preview. That's it.
I think that's the same article. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us what orc rules were.
Tell us
looking for here.
specifically what rules, because honestly, Warhammer community is usually pretty.
Maybe there were some leaks, like maybe some pictures got out.
Possibly.
I would love to see them. Yeah, let us know whatever these orc rules are.
If you wanted to go to an ETC event, you had to use the FAQ. Mm-hmm. John's, any plans on taking bugs to tournaments?
I'm hoping to. So I've got Austin coming up, the GW Austin event. I really expect that I'm going to have the bugs in a place I want by then. I'm thinking about going to Warzone Atlanta still. I haven't actually gotten a ticket yet, so I'm kind of on the fence. But I'm planning to go, and I'm hoping that I would take Tyranids to that. I think Tyranids are good enough to go to a tournament and have a good shot at success. I don't think that they're as good as a lot of the other top tier armies right now, but they're in the conversation where they weren't before. And frankly, it's been so long since I've played Tyranids that I'm willing to accept that. Tyranids are not Atomic. I'm not going to pretend they are. They're not Orcs. They're not Drukhari, but they're a lot better than they have been. And you know what? I love the bugs. Like, I can't. Sometimes you got to go with your heart. Alrighty. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to take Tyranids to a tournament soon. I definitely would like to. Man, why are these models so cool? It's great. Wolf Quad.
What about the seismic drill, John?
Oh, you know what? Fair call. I don't have one of those either.
You don't have one of those.
Oh god,
It's super cool.
It's so dope, but like until they let me deploy it, like I don't really care. Like, that's not true. There's player-placed terrain at Frontline. Frontline will let me play it. Frontline lets me play with my toys. How big is it?
Yeah.
I have never seen one. Like, honest to God, I've never seen one. I have no idea how big it is. I should get one though. You're right.
Right?
No, you're right.
I want a Hammerfall bunker too.
I do want a Hammerfall bunker. Those things are cool. Like, talk about a cool looking army.
I have the Tau forts for when, in the distant future,
the grim darkness of the far future, there are only forts. I'm rooting for it though. You know what? I hope that forts get good. Vroom vroom.
I have the Necron one built and painted.
Oh, that's right. You have the what are those things called? The display board pieces. That's all.
Yeah, the Necron display board pieces.
Yeah. There was like a hot moment where people thought they could be OPSEC, and we're like, that's not bad. And they were like, oh yeah, they don't actually get that. And we're like, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Thoughts on no FAQ, no play at tournaments?
I don't think
does it
that...
only matter for the first Caradon and then like very recent stuff?
Yeah, they haven't done any of the Caradon.
No, the second one did. Right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they haven't done Book of Rust. Somehow. There's no Book of Rust.
It was a perfect book. It was a perfect book.
You see, yeah, I don't think you can do that because the idea that we would not use Warzone Caradon, which I'm sorry, it came out in March. Like, I'm not happy with the Book of Rust, but like, it came out in March. Like, you gotta use it. Not a big fan of that also because GW takes so long. Frankly, I just think it ruins the experience for people who like what? Let's say I
want to run a super fluffy Mechanicus defense cohort.
Stop talking. Let's say you're a Black Templar.
The rules are bad.
Yeah, let's say you're a Black Templar player and you cannot take the new Black Templar Codex. Like, are you really going to use the old? Like, no, they're just not going to go to the event. Like, if I'm a Black Templar player and I want to play Black Templars and I've had my new box for like 3 or 4 weeks and you're like, yeah, sorry, we're just not going to let you do that. I'm like, all right, I'm not going. That's it, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't like that because there's been no... I liked that a lot more when it was 2-week FAQs. But because there's now so much time on FAQs, like, I don't know. Because like people's enjoyment of the hobby is still very important, not just creating a perfectly balanced game. Even though I would really like it if we were to have one. I really would. I would really, really like that.
What's amazing is that the quality of the FAQs declined while taking longer. That's what
That is the most impressive part.
Don't
sure.
understand.
Because also like the Orc FAQ like did not do anything. The Sisters FAQ theoretically is on the website without saying a single gosh darn thing. Like, it's impressive how little those FAQs contribute.
Like for Crusade campaigns, fine.
Sure.
But even then, there's like 1 or 2 Crusade things and then nothing of relevance.
It's very impressive.
How do you feel about barbed Hierodules or Harridans? Or Hierophants?
Okay, I love the Hierophant. Love him. I actually almost bought one in a moment of impulse. However, I think that both the Hierophant and Harridan are a little too expensive to play the kind of game that I want to play. I think barbed Hierodules are actually really freaking good. I have 2 of them painted. I may try to get those on some of our YouTube games soon. If we just the next time we do Tyranids on YouTube, I actually probably will try them out just to show off a different playstyle. I don't think that barbed Hierodules are the most competitive Tyranid list because I really like Hiveguard and Genestealers, but I do think that they are a very competitive Tyranid list. I think that they're perfectly viable. Like we saw Tyler Bortel do very well with him at SoCal. He went 5-1, was undefeated until that last round 6 when he fell. And that was without Octarius. You know, take those good, solid data sheets, add the Leviathan rules, and that is a much better army than it was. So I think they're very competitively viable. And they're fun. It's an important combo. Wolf Quad. How's this monolith going? What do you got?
I'm still on building this Canoptic model that's randomly placed on.
Oh wow, this is really hard to magnetize. Okay. Why would they do that? Nah, we're gonna make this work. Where am I kidding? Not accept a no for an answer. Might not magnetize the heavy stub round. But you know what? Also, what if the heavy stubber is like free and then it's just like, let me get a bunch of cheap wounds to soak in here like that? Maybe I will take heavy. I don't know. What if they get Devastator Doctrine and then what if they get Speed Wog and then the heavy stubbers become AP1 and I can shoot them with an extra shot? Huh? I mean, Genestealer Cult should be Ramshackle if you think about it. Right?
They're shackled for sure.
Give me Ramshackle or
I don't know about
death.
Ram.
All right. What's up, Tim Penny? Tom Pawnee in the chat. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. Really good to have you in here, Tim. We are building our favorite things. I am building Genestealer Cult, for better or worse. None truly know. And you're building Necrons.
The monolith.
I love to see it. Like, what can I say? I love...
Look at the chunk of this middle.
Oh my god, the middle? That is already bigger than the base. This is fantastic. It's a beautiful specimen, really.
What do you think weak codexes, good campaign books would be all right to allow cycling of campaign books? Yeah, I mean, what they should ideally be used for in this edition was, if they're going to go with the print schedule and codex, somebody has to be last, is go ahead and give those older books a little bit of taste of 9th edition.
I think the Tyranid supplement is a wonderful example. I really think it is. Because, like, I think Tyranids are probably on power of Dark Eldar and Admech without their respective campaigns.
Yeah.
Like, Admech I still would... Well, we'll find out on Friday where I put them in the tier list. But I still think they're number 1. And I really think that the Tyranid rules, like, without that, I think... And, like, with the Admech FAQ we got, I think that we're in a good spot. So, yeah, I really wish that, like, if we didn't have Cult of Strife, and instead we had Cult of the Twisted Helix, and instead of a veteran defense cohort, we maybe had a, like... Tau thing. They have names. Tau have names. Greater Good Defense Cohort. Veteran.
The defense cohort.
Veteran cadre cohort.
The
veteran
defense cohort
cadre.
was the Cult Mechanicus one.
Whatever.
You're thinking
well,
of the Skitarii veteran cohort.
There are too many cohorts that are veterans, okay? Like,
it's all cohorts.
Veteran defense and Skitarii veteran. All right. Veteran fire cadre. I don't know. Like, give him some love.
Yeah. That'd be sweet. You can get veteran fire warriors in Dawn of War, and they were awesome.
You know, you're scaring me here, but fine. I'll let you have it.
John, they shot from across the map.
This guy has a wrench. Heck yeah. Why does this guy have a wrench?
£5 super chat from King Half. Let's hear your best Monocraft Worlds lists.
How many points does Crimson Hunter Exarch now, man?
Like 225 or something.
Ooh, buddy. I know Hemlock is like actually the same cost
it's like
as like a Land
240
Raider.
points. It's absurd.
It's absurd. And like,
But also good
the
ratings.
Hemlock, the Hemlock was too good. But like, I look at what the Hemlock is now, I'm like, holy, like, what? Like, that was your answer? Really?
Their answer was, we don't want to answer this anymore.
Yeah, it's like, we'd like to postpone this until the next time we write rules. Dead. I'm like, damn. Yeah, no survivors.
No.
You mess with GW too much, and they're like, fine, you're gonna get solved. The one way we know how.
So, obviously, both of us like the indirect battery.
For sure.
So it'd probably be some combination of the Shadow Weavers, is what they're called.
Yep, and I would also put in 15 Striking Scorpions.
15 Striking Scorpions.
Yep, that's the best number.
Why?
Because I love them.
Okay.
Because
I love them too.
Because I love them.
At the same time...
Look, if you're writing a pure craft world list, you're writing out of love. Who are we kidding here? Writing out of love.
I think their best things are their indirect, because it ignores cover. Can be AP4 and 6s, or if it's the Dark Tempest launchers, AP2 ignore cover.
Mm-hmm.
Just solid. You don't have to really expose those units. Outside of that, you've got swoop. You're going to take one unit of Swooping Hawks or the Warp Spiders to do mission stuff, for True Bacterias in particular. Night Spinners aren't bad. And
I mean, one Fire and Fading unit of Dark Reapers is still really good. Like, into a Wave Serpent, especially because LOL Wave Serpents will never die to Wreck-A Trucks. You just hide them behind a wall, -1 damage. You're in a great spot to not die to Orcs immediately, which is important because everyone else does. And then you just start Fire and Fading Dark Reapers. Like, you can get like a buggy squad a turn.
The
with a
Lynx
good
isn't
Reaper
half
squad.
bad either. It's 220 points, but it has an inbuilt invuln.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of their stuff is just overcosted, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you see them allied with Harlequins or
Drukhari. Who are undercosted.
The craft world's melee in particular is just overcosted.
It's also it's ineffective. Like, it's one thing to be expensive. It's another thing to be expensive and bad. Like, all right, tell you what, Richard, do you think a Howling Banshee or an Incubi costs more?
The Howling Banshee.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Not even in the slightest, but we're gonna find out. How much is an Incubi? Like 17?
Yeah, I think you buy 17.
All right, how much is a Howling Banshee? I'm gonna
It's
say
okay
cheaper.
if she's cheaper, but
I think she's gonna be like 16. Like, it's gonna be like cheaper, but not by the margin required to make a Howling Banshee.
It might have been
relevant.
17 in 8th edition.
Maybe. If she's 18, I'm gonna actually cry. I like Aspect Warriors. I don't know what to say. Where are these elves?
Mr. Six.
What?
Technology Part 2.
You guys are...
The worst.
Well, imagine what you would do without me.
It took 2 years to get to this point.
Nick,
Yeah.
I have an important question for you.
How many
Yes.
points is a Howling Banshee?
You are an Elder expert, right?
Expert aficionado.
How many points is a Howling Banshee?
I want to say 13 currently. It's been a long time since I
13
looked it
seems
up.
low. It's actually not horrendous.
It's 15.
It's 15.
It hurts. All right, Richard, go save the boys.
Okay.
I believe in you. Nick, you want to talk about Two Towers while we're here?
We can talk about 2 towers.
Heck yeah.
We can.
Banshees are 5 for 75. Thank you, Clown Mode. Yeah, that is a.
That's what I said, obviously.
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 How many points would you pay for Howling Banshee?
Well, I was initially going to say 11, and then I was like, no, that's way too good. People would actually take them. So I guess 11.
Yeah.
But then I still don't think I might. They're fast. They're very fast, and they ignore overwatch. And those are useful.
Are they
rules.
actually fast?
They move 8. They advance +3, and they can advance and charge.
Oh, I didn't know they could advance and charge.
Yeah.
That's like, that definitely helps.
I think they can advance. It's been so long since I read that data sheet, but I'm
Like,
pretty sure they can.
I'm not going to hold that against you.
Yeah.
I would love to use see Howling Banshees.
They're like not a bad thing, but my problem with Howling Banshees is like,
They're not a good thing.
no, like if you put them on foot, you can, but like, what are we doing here? And then if you put them in a Wave Serpent, then this is like a 200-something point package, and it's just a really bad Shining Spear unit. But honestly, if I was to use Banshees, it would be like, I'm cheap, and I'm infantry, and I don't mind just wandering around, but that's not how you want to be using Banshees. Like in the fluff, Banshees are ripping people apart with their swords and stuff. So that's why at 11 points you might take it, because it's really cheap and you could use a cheap body. You know?
Yeah, like 55 points for like a cheap body is like a good thing.
But as a combat unit, no friggin' way. No, Banshee's not where it's at. Although I have once lost a Yanari mirror, my only time losing the Yanari mirror to an Eldar player who had Banshees.
What legend was this?
This was an ETC. The ETC we won the first year when I was back on Team America. I got paired into a Yanari mirror. I believe it was against Russia. I had a pleasure of a game. I had an awesome move. I was like dominating this match. But in the Yanari mirrors, it's quickly to crumble as small plans can have huge ramifications. So I got a little greedy with allocation of attacks, whiffed, and then my plan fell apart in the middle of itself. So don't get greedy, kids. And then I got demolished. Like I barely lost, but I took a commanding lead into a barely loss, and that sucks.
Understood.
Yeah, don't get greedy, kids. So what are you working on, John?
I am building Gene Stealer Cult Adeline Wolf Quads.
Why?
Because we have a Gene Stealer Cult Codex coming.
Right.
I have more than 100 neophytes.
That's right.
I have about 80 acolytes. I've got every character. I've got 9 Ridge Runners.
We don't have this guy.
I don't have Adeline Wolf Quads. And I'm gonna be ready.
John's gonna be ready. There's no one. If there's one thing John is he's ready.
Yeah, well, I'm really excited about Gene Stealer Cult, so we're gonna do it.
He showers first thing in the morning. I'll tell you. I see it.
That's true.
I've seen it.
Yeah. What is how go your adventures?
My adventures? I'm gonna go to the gym after I'm done trying to record this YouTube video, but we can't even get the sound to work. So this is going swimmingly.
Okay. Well, I have a question for you. Are you a motorcycle kind of guy?
I have been known to cycle on motors.
Okay. Do you ever do it one-handed?
No, that would kill me.
Okay.
I could barely do it two-handed.
All right. I was curious if you could do it while carrying a wrench.
I could definitely do it while carrying a wrench.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you have your Pure Strain Gene Stealers ready to go, John? Matto, I actually only have 20 Pure Strain Gene Stealers painted, but considering that I have maybe 120 between us, right, of other Gene Stealers, I think we'll find a way.
Wait, did we answer this super chat from Zach Wallace?
Yo, Zach Wallace.
Appreciate your super chat. I don't know how we missed that. That's because Zeke isn't here and neither of us know how to read. But first, hang on, Hobby wanted to ask something kind of fun. Do you gentlemen have a favorite model aesthetically or sentimental for nostalgia reasons? Fate Weaver, but not Fate Weaver. Fate Weaver is no Fate Weaver. So back in the day, back in the age-old days, I was a demon player. I still am at heart. And this is like, demons didn't have rules in like 4th edition. They got their codex in 5th edition. That shows my age here. So, got demons when they first came out. Really liked them. Really cool army. Love the aesthetic. Love the different style of play. All that jazz. And Fate Weaver was my boy. And back then, Fate Weaver was tiny. So I converted him because conversion was really cool back then. I converted mine into a Deceiver and Lord of Changelings. And he's really cool. And I still have him to this day. And I use him as Demon Princes occasionally because now Fate Weaver's a big boy. And he don't fit as the same
He
model.
no longer fits. I mean, for sentimental reasons, I have a I have to mention Corsaro Khan and Anzuk specifically, who is my favorite. I have a So I have a Celestine that I converted out of a Gene Stealer Cult Primus and Gargoyle Wings.
Another Celestine.
I have 2 Celestines.
You have like 6 Celestines.
I have 2.
You really
I have
don't.
2.
Okay.
The rest aren't mine. You have like 4.
I don't even want to hear this.
All right. So I have a Celestine that I converted out of a Primus and Gargoyle Wings, and like I really like it's a Gene Stealer Cult army because the first GT like that I ever won, I played a guard army with Celestine that that was all like Gene Stealer Cult themed. So I took my Gene Stealer Cult army, all my Brood Brothers, I like painted up a bunch of like mortars and like indirect pieces like in the Gene Stealer Cult color scheme, and I put Celestine in and I converted her out of a Primus with Gargoyle Wings like perched on a window, and I love that model. That Celestine has
I've never even seen it.
It's in my bedroom.
That's how much he loves it.
That's how much I love it. Everything else is out here, but like that model's never getting on a table.
You know
again.
what's in my bedroom? The Taunar.
The Taunar. Is that your favorite model for sentimental reasons?
So, anyways, we have, what else do we have? We have questions from Zanx. No, I don't have, I hate my librarian. I really do.
Oh.
I keep not writing the list that doesn't have them.
That's sad.
So I keep submitting to our streams the list that has them, which is terrible reasoning, really. But that's the truth.
Glad we're on the same page here.
So my librarian is still here, and every time I'm like, all right, it's Custodes. This is like a game where he has to be good. They hate Mortal Wounds. That's his only job. And then he got killed in one turn. And then he killed 2 Terminators before he went out.
I really hate
Man,
to see that.
Sucks. That
Yeah.
sucked. So he's part of that one. In the Custodes game, I will say this was user error, but also I hate this thing. I played that whole game wrong, though. I should have played that one correctly.
Roger that. See, someone is asking me about Devil Gaunts. Are 25 to 30 Devil Gaunts really a must take on my version of NIDS? I can't stand not having AP with cover everywhere. So I think that the Devil Gaunts are good because they're very good into the things that Hiveguard are bad into.
Yeah.
And like, if people are hiding out in cover, one, if you're worried about that, you could always take the Hive Fleet Leviathan Pokeball trait, which is what we call it, where you pick a different Warlord trait, and then you can give them ignore cover.
Who calls it a Pokeball trait?
You choose your own.
I choose a lot of things. Chipotle's not Pokemon.
But like, you choose it every turn.
TV's not, well, Pokemon is on TV, but that's not.
Yeah, TV's like Pokemon.
Flamingos don't fly.
Okay.
Oh, Bella needs to go out. I'll be back.
Okay, have fun.
Okay, bye, friends.
What a wild adventure there.
I'm sorry,
What do you guys think about the Custodes copy of an Emperor's Champion? You know what? I agree. I think it's promising. I really don't know if that guy's good or not. A Blade Champion, whatever he's called. However, like you, I am cautiously optimistic that that guy will end up being good. I do not know for a fact, unfortunately, but like if he's like a good points value, he's got good rules. Hopefully, I mean, we'll just have to see what the new Custodes Codex brings, honestly. But I think he's got a really good model, so I really want to get him. And then he's very, very good looking rules, so hopefully that guy can be a staple in lists. Because I would love for Custodes to have a couple more HQ options, because right now it's Trajan, and what would you like your Shield Captain on bike to have? So maybe if they like make the Terminator and the Walking Foot Captain like a little bit more appealing, then you introduce a Blade Champion, you keep Trajan as the absolute god that he is. One day they'll bring back, you know, what's his name? God, I just forgot the Custodes guy from Horus Heresy. One day they'll bring him Constantine Valvar back. Oh yeah, 6-inch heroics. You know I love 6-inch heroics. What do I think about the new Genius of the Cult Saboteur and her poor girl's Deathcopter rocket? You know what? As long as the Saboteur is like Ballistic Skill 2 or 3, I can really get behind it. I should post my Genius of the Cult Celestine up in Discord. Matto, you know what? I will go find it after this stream. I believe I know where she is, and I will see if I can do that. Because I've not used her in a very long time, but she was an old favorite of mine. We called it that on the Down Under stream. Hey, clown mode! John, how do you manage your time with your Tyranid lists? Any tricks to save time? So one of the things I do is, honest to God, I ask my opponent to like stand next to me when I'm rolling dice, and I always let my opponent touch dice. So one of the things I do is I'm like, hey, just like keep an eye on this. Let me know if I miss any hits or misses. Second, like honestly, if it's someone I know, I'll probably just be like, hey, dude, would you mind like helping me like pull my misses? Because the Devil Gaunts take a while, but you only shoot 2 things in a turn. You shoot your Hive Guard and you shoot your Devil Gaunts, and then you shoot one of them twice. And that's it. That's all you do. So like at that point, it's like, this isn't so bad, right? You're only shooting 2 things. It's a lot faster to shoot 1 unit, even if it takes like 5 minutes, than it is to like and haw about what order you're shooting your Contemptors and Redemptors in and where you're allocating all their different shots. So like it's really not so bad. As far as movement goes, if I'm moving a shooting unit or a screen, I'll be very careful measuring the front and the back models, and the ones in between usually just kind of push them. As long as you just pre-measure your ranges so it's not changing anything, you're good to go. And just talk to your opponents about it. Honestly, anytime you play a Horde list, just talk to your opponents as much as possible. And if you make it like a group effort where you're both helping each other, things go by pretty quickly still. Also, I've been playing Hordes forever, and practice helps a ton. So I'm always familiar with Tyranids. And I have a choice here. I can magnetize my Wolf Quads, or I can wait for the Codex to choose. And you know what? It's so much smarter to wait and choose later. However, I am not making the smart choice. I am making the cool choice. And we are magnetizing this Wolf Quad. This is an adventure that I did not need to do, but I have chosen violence today. So we're going to start by drilling a magnet hole. My hand drill, which you probably cannot see because it's on the table. We're drilling. Boop, boop, boom. You have Genius Stealer Cult. You can spend another CP to turn the Acolyte Rifles into Assault 2. Oh my god. SWAT, why do you mention that? That is my least favorite stratagem in the game. Yes, I could turn Rapid Fire 1 into Assault 2. That's pretty broken right there. Travis, the Art of War Discord is for anyone in the War Room or any members of our YouTube channel. So if you want to sign up and become a member of our YouTube channel, it's awesome. We give a ton of perks. So we give out one War Room video a week. And we also, you can also use, our YouTube, our various tiers of membership to get access to part 2s of all of our podcasts. So tons of content there. Hopefully you will consider being a part of our YouTube membership. Richard's waving at me through the glass. What's going on? Oh, no, Richard has abandoned me. I'm so sorry. Absolutely, yeah. The Pokeball traits are real. Everyone knows that it's called a Pokeball. Right, Richard, if you got to choose your own Warlord trait every turn with a Warlord trait, you would call that the Pokeball Warlord trait, right?
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, yes you would.
Jack of all trades.
Get out of here.
I would call that the Omnissiah Warlord trait. The Omnissiah knows all.
The Omnissiah knows all? It's probably true. Screw that guy.
Alright, where are we?
Does the Omnissiah know how many licks it takes to reach the center of a Tootsie Pop?
He knows exactly how many.
How many?
Down to the number.
What's the number? How many licks?
This is a 40k lollipop.
Oh, it's a Tootsie Pop.
Tootsie Pops don't exist in the 41st millennium.
They probably do. There's at least one. Those things last forever.
They
Are you
really
kidding
don't.
me? There's one in the vaults of Terra. The Emperor's like, man, it's the last one. I don't want to eat it yet. And he's just keeping it in his stasis fields.
Are you all
Stasis.
caught up on all these?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You answered the Discord question?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Speaking of that's one for you. One for Matt right there. Speaking of part 2s.
So YouTube is really cool because whatever membership tier you are, if you're the highest one, you get everything below. So we have the regular membership tier, and then we have the one that adds all the part 2s of each podcast. If you want to upgrade, I believe you just click the join button, and then if you go down to the second tier, the podcast tier, it should give you the option to upgrade if you're already a member.
Nice. Pretty good. The Emperor would have made Angron headbutt the lollipop until he got to the Tootsie. 100%. Which takes one. It takes one Angron headbutt to get the center of a Tootsie Pop. Alrighty. Does the anti-Adamek Genius Stealer Cult strat help at all right now? It definitely does not hurt. And Bladed Cog is probably one of the 3 best cults for Genius Stealer Cult right now. So having an anti-Adamek strat is pretty cool. The problem is that it relies on getting into combat with Adamek, and quite frankly, Genius Stealer Cult's problem in Adamek is not getting into combat and then killing them. It's getting into combat. Once I get the charge onto Adamek with Genius Stealer Cult, I can probably kill what it is with most of the cults. If I leave a couple survivors, I leave a couple survivors. Bladed Cog will leave 0 survivors 100% of the time. But you have to get there. And that is the problem. And they're expensive. Is Genius Stealer Cult worth getting models before they get replaced in the new codex in December? Honestly, if you can find a cheap Genius Stealer Cult collection right now, I would say yes. We don't really know how good they're going to be or bad if my fears come true.
None of the codexes have been that bad.
None of them have been bad.
They've lost tools.
But some of them have gained tools, and Genius Stealer Cult could really go either way.
They're probably going to lose and gain, which is pretty typical.
Yep.
Blood Angels just lost.
I cannot wait to bust out Genius Stealer Cult. I'm right with you, Travis. I am so excited. I mean, so help me, Four-Armed Emperor. I am building a wolf quad. That's how excited I am. Yes, you do get extra attacks, not extra hits, which is very frustrating. And if they keep it, I'm sure it will change. But also, frankly, I would rather they replace it with a more utilitarian stratagem rather than I dumpster Adamek in close combat as my faction strat. Because you know what? I don't always play Adamek. I find other things to do.
They've kind of gone away from those types of strats.
They usually have,
By
yeah.
and large.
I wonder if Iron Warriors still have a strat to hate Imperial Fists. They probably do. Screw you, Imperial Fists.
I wonder if the Custodius Black Legion will survive.
I highly doubt that.
I doubt it.
Genius Stealer Cult written like Necrons. Don't you say it, Alkakoi. That's not real. It's not going to happen. Genius Stealer Cult, they're going to be fine. They're going to have core on 5 units. Yo, Jonas, thank you so much for that super chat. We really appreciate it. Do you think Be'lakor has any place now in Skitarii Vanguard is rare? Of the model, I do think Be'lakor has some place. As a matter of fact, we recorded an episode of the Art of War podcast just this week, and it's coming out tomorrow, where we interviewed Mark Aisht, who has been running Be'lakor in his lists, and to quite some success. So maybe check out that episode if you're seeking some inspiration in the meta right now. But yeah, I think Be'lakor is very cool for Chaos Demons. I think if you're playing demons, you should have Be'lakor. And I don't think he's broken, though. I think Be'lakor is actually like one of those...
He's expensive.
Of the recent releases and character things, I think Be'lakor is most on point for like good, not great, a nice piece, not broken. You can make him a centerpiece without just relying on him.
Yeah. Is Mark Aisht the guy who brought the keepers in Be'lakor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to...
Monster Mash.
He was Monster Mash, and I had a very enjoyable game with him at the GW Orlando tournament. I also had a good one with him at Dallas, but he was not playing the Monster Mash at the time.
But yeah, if you want to run Be'lakor, he's never been better, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly not in the modern.
Not in the last 3 or 4 years. It's been a while. Be'lakor was actually really good when the 8th edition came out. He like had a 4-up Envelneti reroll or something. It's weird.
Really appreciated my piece on sportsmanship in 40k. Woo-hoo! My 7th ever game of 40k opponent gave me a hard no deep striking 2 crypto thralls I forgot about. Resulted in a tie instead of a win. That type of stuff is just silly, especially when it's you catch it almost immediately. Within like a phase or two. So it was something that was just gonna happen. Let it happen. Yeah. Like I want to win because of decision making, not because a lot of stuff is happening during a 40k game, so it's pretty easy. Like especially when you go over to your opponent's side, you're helping them measure and stuff like that. Like very few people are going to ever try and then be very disrespectful like that.
Yep. I am magnetizing the Wolf Quad, Richard.
I see that. I don't know why, but
I don't either.
I just add the other gun on.
Just put both guns on?
Yeah, there's so much space.
There's a lot of space.
That's what I would do.
That would be... No, it's too late. It's too late, Richard. We're doing it.
Just a Wolf God.
Wolf Quad!
Do you think Tyranids have good matchups into Grey Knights?
I think it's fairly even, but it does depend on terrain. Definitely in GW terrain, I think that the Hive Guard have a real advantage.
Yeah, I think on other terrain formats, Grey Knights, because especially on Dawn of War formats, Grey Knights get that extra mobility, can get around you to the side.
I don't want that.
Tyranids generally don't want to put a ton of stuff out to screen.
No, they are very squishy. They can. Tyranids have a lot of trash, but you don't want to use it.
Yeah. Be'lakor is great until you run into AdMech Rangers auto wounding. That's the Vanguard. Yeah.
That's still pretty spooky, though.
Nobody is really running the 20-man units, and if you are, they really are pretty bad in most matchups.
I mean, bad is relative. They're not Rangers.
They're not Rangers.
I think is a much safer way to say that.
That strat with 2 CP now, and it's much worse.
I think it's still a good strat.
I think mathematically people ran the math on it. It's actually not worth spending the 2 CP.
I mean, yeah, they're definitely not as good as Rangers. It's a pretty easy...
No, just the strat got so much worse that it's actually not even worth using it anymore. So if you're not using it for the strat, what are you
using them for? That's fair.
But the Vanguard are not Rangers. Vanguard are very good as MSU units, especially in the veteran cohort.
Yeah. I just like assault weapons that you can advance and shoot. Even if they're not as formidable to shooting unit as Rangers, just having shots to put out is always valuable in my opinion.
I'm almost done with this small section of the
monolith. Small section of the monolith? No, you're doing great. He does have a really good model. I do love that. Love comparing Skitarii troops to Dire Avengers. Don't do that, Ziado-san. Don't do that.
Compare them to Fire Warriors. Fire Warriors are a point more.
That hurts. I mean, when you do just a stat comparison, just looking at the data sheets, it's okay, this is a little off, but it's not that bad. And then you start looking at buffs, and it's nope.
I mean, the buffs you do pay a lot for. A 105 for a Manipulus, you got the Marshal for 45, you got the CP cost. But the baseline stats? No.
Yeah.
They're just not compared to...
There's no comparison there.
Other types of infantry. Even an Orc Boy is 9 points, right?
I have no idea.
I am pretty sure they're 9.
Yeah, that doesn't sound off.
It's pricey.
It's pricey. It's definitely more than I would pay for an Orc Boy, is the answer to that question.
What about Radiated Forge World Vanguard? It's fine, but then you lose all the good stuff of the best Forge Worlds, which
Mars
is
and Lucius.
honestly not good enough. If you could mix and match the custom traits, AdMech's ones would actually be quite useful. They have some good ones. It just happens to be you get one good one, and then you have to pick something that's pretty subpar. So you're losing a lot by going custom. You know, you're losing access to Canicles because you're not Mars. You're losing access to all the good stuff Lucius does, or Metallica. So you're taking a pretty big hit, and you're not getting something like army-wide OBSEC like Necrons get, which Necrons aren't amazing, but that's one of the few good things they have.
Yeah, that custom trait is responsible.
If they didn't have that, my God.
If they didn't have that, it would be a problem.
It's right. It is.
It is still a problem. Yep. Compare them to Battle Sisters. Do not do that. I love that little wraith.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool looking.
I think it's actually not a wraith specifically. It has a special name.
fixer.
Yeah,
Canoptic.
because it has
Undead.
bunch of guns on it too. It's cool. I think they were just They probably shouldn't have gone for the 20 girl squads. I think if they didn't, they probably would have just costed them cheaper.
Yeah.
But they must have got nervous about that.
You know, we don't want broken hordes in the game, so I feel that.
Yeah,
I would rather have sisters be bad than just another broken horde army. But
8th edition had so many broken hordes.
yeah.
How's all the Tyranid Griplies coming along?
Wolf Quad. So I finished painting the Maleceptors and the Warriors. Now the Warriors, they all have arms, but I was making some spares, so I'll have to paint those up sometime soon. Probably won't get them done by tomorrow but we'll see. Wolf Quad. Oh, see, now I'm happy. I'm happy that I have a magnetized Wolf Quad.
You're happy?
He brings me joy. He brings me joy, Richard. I'm a happy boy. We're just gonna leave the clearance incinerator and the heavy stubber on sprue, and if we need them later, we'll come back to it. Bye.
The incinerator.
The clearance incinerator. I'm gonna build another Wolf Quad.
They'll probably get like ignored dense cover.
On the clearance incinerator?
Yeah. Said unironically, John.
I hate you. You know you're saying it ironically. Don't hurt me like that, Richard. Don't hurt me. It hurts so bad.
Games Workshop. Patented useless ability. Who has more useless abilities? I feel like it is what's his name? Xeris.
The Silent Guy?
No, that's Zarek.
Who is Xeris?
He is the Illuminator.
Right.
He has a lot of rules,
yeah.
and man, are they terrible.
What does Greyfax do again?
She actually is not like the
She's just
worst.
+1/+7/9, right?
Yeah.
Trying to think.
She has a special weapon that's good against witches.
Oh, hold on. This isn't even a question. Canis Rex. Canis Rex has like a ton of special rules
Does
that
he?
do nothing. Yeah.
I thought he had no rules. I thought that was his thing.
No. If he's the breaker of chains, which means that if an Imperium model runs away from morale
An
Imperium model runs away from morale within 6 inches of him, you can roll a dice, and on a 6, they don't run.
Only on a 6.
On a 6.
Clearly.
And then if he dies, you stand up. You stand up the boy. Canis Rex gets out of the night. He's like, Sir Hector's like, bro, what just happened to me? And then he can raise a banner. Because if you take Canis Rex, you unlock raise the banners for your Knights army.
You don't.
Wouldn't that be the chattest move ever to like
Just not
take
kill
raise the banners, put Canis Rex on the line, and just look your opponent in the eye and be like, I dare you. I wish I was.
If you
bold
took
enough.
banners, I'm not killing him.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I
And
will
then Canis Rex just runs.
Degrade that man.
No.
Do not kill him.
I can't spend a CP to make him top tier because he's Imperialis.
Yeah.
No, he's so bad. He's so bad, Richard.
For what, a solid 400 something points?
He's a lot. He's a hefty boy. I don't know how many points Canis Rex is. Who am I kidding? I'm not gonna lie to you and say that I do.
He's actually free. You just don't take him.
If he was free, I would take him. I want that raise the banner points. What if he cost 0 points, but I had to take raise the banners? I think I would take him. I'm getting 85 extra knight. Just shuck that boy upfield, like go get him. If plans generation making goes the way of Vex, Necrons will have the only old school stop a strat. That is true.
Well, they don't have the strat. It's a once per game ability.
The stop a stratagem, yeah. Which is like...
Man, if Sawtek was actually good, I'd run Xandric. But I tried it that one time against John, and it was just like, this is so bad.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Sawtek or Zerakin would be the one to get a supplement if Necrons ever get a supplement.
Yeah.
Which, like, I wouldn't say that I would expect them to.
Then they do this random Nihilic one, and you're like, what?
Yeah, inevitably, yeah. Can't wait for who they choose.
It's just an army of renown for
the triple monolith.
Triple
monolith! Heck yeah, Nurglemat, it would be good.
I was going to say Trazen the Infinite, and it's just him and his relic collectors.
Oh. But you can take, like, one Custodes squad. Come on!
Yes.
You can take one Custodian.
You can take Trajan. Trajan's in his cabinet.
Trajan's in the... Oh, like, Creed comes out. It's like, what? That'd be great. Like, oh, that'd be awesome.
All the characters who were supposed to have died in the fluff come back.
Go
you get
Trazen.
like Anva.
Anytime a named character dies,
Trazen has
Trazen. Just like, yep, no problem. Yeah, bust Anva out of there. Why not?
How many Art of War folks are doing this full time? 4.
Indeed. Life is good. Life is good.
Got a pretty solid core team here.
Mm-hmm. We love it. Everything about it.
I would love a Sawtek supplement, a few plastic characters. That'd be great. Necrons just need anything will be amazing.
I would rather they do Zerakin than Sawtek.
Do them both. Get rid of don't do an army of renown for now. Just give extra rules that help Necrons.
Army of Renown. Your
because I can only imagine the restrictions on the Destroyer cult. My God.
Oh,
First of all, you can't. First of all, you can't run a noble, so you don't get any of their main rules.
No, it would be like Destroyer Lord gains noble.
No, they wouldn't do that.
What if they did?
That makes too much sense.
That would be cool.
That makes far too much sense.
Does make too much sense. You're right.
Have we seen the new Dune movie?
Oh my! Twice.
Yep, we've each seen a. That was your
That was my second time.
Okay, yeah.
We actually watched Dune last night.
Yep.
We Richard tuned in a little bit. Jack and I watched it. Had my girlfriend over. We had a great time. We also went and saw it in theaters.
Yep, I saw it in IMAX. Incredible.
Dune was A+.
Loved Blade Runner 2049. Denis Villeneuve is still incredible.
Yep.
Easily my favorite director right now.
Trajan unlocks legends. Paul Jan, you mad genius. Bring back the pariah. No, you get other people's
Chaplain
legends.
Dreads.
You're like, come on. Give me that Chaplain Dread. He's coming back.
Chaplain Dreads.
Do you miss your Chaplain Dreads?
Not really.
Okay, yeah. They're so short.
Honestly, they were one of the worst parts of the list.
They were so short. They were good into Eldar.
Yeah, they were specifically good for the Eldar Flyers, and they performed that match.
But
really, honestly, the Leviathan still outperformed them with the short range, because I just stood him in the middle, and I was like, I'll walk any direction wherever
you will
planes
not
go.
kill me.
And I just killed.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, man, was that Leviathan good.
Ooh, that Leviathan.
It takes a whole Imperial Fist army to the face turn after turn.
It's like,
you're broken? No, I'm broken.
Classic mistake. You killed me too fast. Like, all right, so you did kill, like, 9 units in 2 turns. Now you're killing 0. Leviathan, go! Oh, that's so great.
Necrons need a 15 points decrease. They need some steep decreases on some of their expensive stuff. Like, Catan need to go down dramatically. Most of the vehicles need to go down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Their infantry, yeah, sure.
I would rather...
Their characters need steep decreases as well.
Yeah. I would personally rather see Necrons get a very small points decrease and a supplement.
I'd rather they get more actually fun, flavorful, diverse
exactly.
rules.
That is what I would prefer. But I acknowledge right now they need something, so I hope that they get a thing. Because Necrons are cool. They haven't been like really good for a long time.
Is this not cool?
This is awesome. Like keep working that monolith.
Like, this is just the center.
Yeah, no, that's
I still
true.
have like 5 more sprues to work on.
You can do it, buddy. I believe you.
But I think this is the natural point to break because it's about to get. This is the end of this section.
Yeah. Poor monolith. You tried so hard. Oh man.
What would Custodes Codex need to bring them into the A tier? They are A tier.
Yeah, Custodes are already.
They're really good.
Yeah.
They might be B+, but they're close. The secondary game is the hardest part.
For sure. That's the big thing that they need is a new secondary.
Yeah, if they just got secondaries and kept all the same rules, they'd be a very strong army.
For sure.
They are strong right now. They have a very good win rate on our channel.
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah,
They just have a very
they keep
strong.
doing well.
Doesn't matter what they're thrown into.
Except Necrons.
Yeah, for some reason. 20-man warrior bricks are actually hard to kill.
It's because yours don't die.
So you killed one, well, he came back, and it's like rinse, repeat, turn after turn.
Yeah, that was just excruciating. It's like, here, let me shoot and charge you with a dreadnought. One guy dies. I'm like,
It's just trapped with a bite captain. Doesn't matter.
oh my god.
He's helping me.
It was the worst. Just slowly piling in closer. I'm like, stop. Just growing closer and piling in. And I'm like, how are you doing this?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if they got rid of that custom dynasty or just made it something else, that'd be fine.
Yeah,
Just give them
I
better
do
rules
not like
elsewhere.
that custom dynasty. It's necessary because Necrons have nothing else. But like, I would really rather see them get something interesting.
They got an 8th edition codex in 9th edition.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, like Marines lasted a little longer, but even they're feeling the age, and like Necrons, they're definitely feeling the age.
Necrons just had fewer options from the start.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the Imperial armor that the Custodians have is very good.
That helped a ton.
There's some good units in there.
For sure. I love it. You know I love my forward roll units though, right?
Yeah.
You know how much I love
If a lot of their strats turn to core, though, that'll really hurt the Telemon.
True. Yeah, but the Galladus and the Achilles are...
Yep. The Telemon specifically.
The
which
Telemon
is like
specifically.
The crux of a lot of...
It is. It's the best.
It's the best dreadnought in the game. It's one of the hardest things to kill
Holy crap.
when you add those strats
Yeah,
on.
like... Jackla gave me a funny look when a single Telemon killed all 3 of my Megaras, and I'm like, look, I don't know what to tell you, man. It just Telemoned at me, and I tried to kill everything else. And then I lost all my knights. Like, yeah. Yeah. It actually, I think it ended up killing an Arbiter too. Like, it got 4 knights.
How would I make AdMech robots work? They're in a fine spot. They are a boring unit. I don't want them to be overpowered. They're fine. They're much better in combat now. They're not quite as defensive, but they got that extra wound, so they don't instantly die to Dark Lances and stuff.
How many wounds are they?
7 now. They went from 6 to 7.
Oh, that's not a bad number.
No.
7 is the right number, actually.
Yeah.
Oh my god, make a Paragon Warsuit. Like 6 wounds. So I don't just get auto Dark Lanced. 6 wounds minus 1 damage.
But robots are 110 points. Like, they're pretty darn pricey. They have very large bases, so it's easy to move block them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hardest part, is actually getting them into combat, because now you can't just spam all the guns. So it's not just a shooting unit, which I like. But getting them into combat is still just very hard on the smaller table size. You would think it's easier to get them into combat on a smaller table size, but just due to how terrain works in their vehicles, they can't really move anywhere against good opponents who will move block them. So I think they're in a fine, like, you can play them in casual games and be fine.
Yeah.
They're not horrible.
They're definitely not bad.
They're probably a little overcosted, but I mean,
It's AdMech. You know, in the context of the army they're in, they're not. They're nothing offensive. A whole ruckus going on out there.
I don't know what is a competitive orc list that isn't Speedwa. That's a great question.
I think that if you were to build a list that wasn't Speedwalk oriented, I feel like you would go Goths.
Probably Govs. I know.
Maybe like Death Skulls.
I think Rich Kilton has done some interesting things with Evil Sons.
Yeah.
With these
he-
Squig the Squig Riders and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just a very MSU but fairly defensive army.
Yeah, good mission playing stuff. I feel like this codex has to be like Rich Kilton's worst nightmare. Like everyone's hopped on the orc wagon, and he's just like, you're like, man, I used to like bring the Cunnin. You used to bring the Cunnin to orcs.
Yeah, now you just bring the Brutal.
Now it's just like how
And it's
brutal.
shooting Brutal. It's not even combat Brutal.
Yeah, like it's not even crumping because Gork and Mork, they like a good scrap. GW saved us.
So, but he's stuck. He hasn't switched over.
Yeah,
He'll run like 3 buggies.
Rich
buggies.
Kilton is always on orcs.
Yeah.
That man he is dedicated, and you gotta respect it.
I respect it for sure.
Paragon with a melt is the same as a Scrapjet. As we stop talking. I'm sorry, I love you, but it hurts. It hurts too much to say. You can't say that out loud. It hurts so much.
Well, I am good to go. You want me to run down some of the cool stuff we got happening this week?
Absolutely. Tell us what's good.
All right. So we've got some really cool stuff coming up tomorrow in our stream games. On the YouTube stream game, it is going to be Nick playing Mike Porter's Aldari list that just won a 6-round GT. Or was it a major?
I believe it was a major.
It was a major, yeah. So he's got Craft Worlds, some shooting, some Shining Spear MSU stuff, and then Harlequin Allies. And then he's going to be playing into John's Sisters, which is his updated build.
Yep.
And then we've also got a coaching match, which John and I are actually going to do a recreation. Last week, Jack and Nick recreated their game from Crucible.
Yep.
And went into all the thoughts that they were, thinking, and all the decisions that they made, why they made those ones, other ones that they were thinking of, and kind of just brought you through a game as a decision tree. So John and I are going to do that, but we're going to do it for the Games Workshop Orlando finals, which had a lot of key decision points.
Yes.
So, and we're going to just talk about how you effectively play the trading style armies at the top tables. And then on Friday, we've got the faction tier list on YouTube at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Goodness. Yeah, you're definitely going to want to tune in at 1 p.m. Eastern. That is going to be so much fun. We had so much fun the last time we did tier list. We know this one's going to be even better.
It's going to be awesome. So cannot wait for that. We're going to be doing more tier lists over the coming weeks, but we figured we'd start obviously with the big one, the faction one.
Yep.
But we're going to do tier lists for all sorts of stuff. So if you like that type of content, let us know in the comments below, and let us, like that content. Come watch it.
Absolutely.
All right. Anything else from you, John?
I'm good to go.
All right. Well, appreciate everybody's support. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We are going to send you off to a promo of the content in the War Room. If you want to subscribe. And we will see you next time.
See you next time.
So
Bye.
long.
Dive even deeper into competitive 40K and become a member of the world's most knowledgeable and positive community.
The War Room is an exclusive group that brings together the world's best 40K players as coaches to help anyone from a newer player to an experienced tournament veteran learn, grow, and reach their goals within our shared hobby.
Each week we offer a variety of live stream coaching matches centered around illuminating the thought process and in-game decision making of top players. We explain everything we're doing and why.
You'll learn about the ever-evolving meta, match play mission theory, list making, and discussion of every faction in the game, and have access to analysis of all the latest rules. Our team of highly experienced coaches teach weekly clinics on each individual faction, strategy sessions on deployment and cool tricks, and meta-analyses each week during Meta Monday.
We are committed to not only providing the best knowledge for players available, but also building a one-of-a-kind community.
Come be a part of the War Room.